This is an important story. A Bitcoin entrepreneur, friend of the show, Charlie Shrem, pleads guilty to Silk Road charges. Now, I've covered this story since the beginning when we used to not advertise because they were never a sponsor, but I used to promote BitInstant.com, a website where anyone could go and exchange their fiat dollars for hard digital money. By that I mean Bitcoin. It's like the gold of digital money. A leading Bitcoin entrepreneur pleaded guilty Thursday in New York City to illegally helping a dealer sell $1 million in Bitcoin to customers on the Silk Road, a dark web website where users could anonymously buy and sell contraband drugs. So everyone who listens to this show knows about the Silk Road. It's a website where people could go be a merchant and sell things in exchange for Bitcoin, or they could buy things. And it was like a underground marketplace, sort of a replacement for the physical world's back alleys. Now has moved to the digital realm of back alleys of websites that you have to use Tor to access. Tor being the onion router, just a way to mask your IP address, your identity, where your computer is coming from, and make it a little more difficult for government agents or others who might be snooping to find out what you're doing on your computer. Well, you might have been going to the Silk Road and buying some drugs. No shame in it. But Charlie Shrem, he helped people do just that by helping them get Bitcoin. That's sort of a weird way to punish somebody for distributing Bitcoin. It seems like the feds really wanted to crack down on this virtual currency, and they wanted to crack down on the individuals who were helping spread the adoption, like BitInstant.com, Charlie Shrem, his company, and others like him, Ross Ulbricht of the Silk Road. These are the people who are saying, wow, this is a new technology. Look at all the amazing things we can do with it. We can connect people across long distances, make the black market safer for all individuals by bringing accountability to merchants, by allowing people to have rating systems for the different merchants, know what they're getting, and or at least know better what they're getting, and cut out the dangerous back alley deals by having drugs delivered right to their doorstep. It's an amazing thing, and it really would change the world if it were allowed to grow unfettered. But of course the government had to get involved and say, no, freedom is bad. We can't have that or people will do whatever they want. Yeah, sounds like heaven. Let's continue from this story of USA Today. Charlie Shrem, Chief Executive Officer of the Bitcoin exchange company BitInstant.com, was the company official charged with making sure the exchange complied with federal money laundering laws. He could be sentenced to 5 years in prison, but by taking a plea deal, Shrem avoids going to trial on more serious charges of money laundering and violations of the Bank Secrecy Act, which carries more prison time. All of these, of course, are victimless crimes. Silk Road dealer Robert Failla, known by his online handle BTC King, pleaded guilty Thursday to operating an unlicensed money transmitting business that knowingly sent money to criminal enterprises. He could be sentenced to 5 years in prison. The men will be sentenced January 20th, so mark your calendars and pay attention to that. If you don't, though, Peace News Now will have it covered. We'll be talking about it. January 20th is when they are sentenced. Working together, Shrem and Failla exchanged nearly $1 million in cash for bitcoins for the benefit of Silk Road users, so that the users could, in turn, make illegal purchases on the Silk Road. That, according to the Justice Department. But isn't that what the Federal Reserve does with their money? I mean, think of all the criminals who use dollars to commit crimes and money laundering and purchasing illegal substances. Well, shouldn't the Federal Reserve then be charged with creating the money that these criminals then use to commit crimes? Somehow I don't think that's going to happen. But Bitcoin is somehow different. It's just an exchange of value. Federal agents shut down Silk Road, a sprawling online black market bazaar, on October 2nd, 2013. The article fails to mention that the Silk Road went back up about a week later, totally operating just as it did before, if not more secure than ever before. And they're not doing anything on credit. They changed the way they operate a little bit. So I don't know. I don't use the Silk Road. But I hear from people who do that it's gotten more secure, and it still exists. It hasn't gone away just because the feds took it down once. Of course, they put Ross Ulbricht in prison. He's still in jail. And his friend Andrew Jones, who is alleged to be the site's co-admin named Inigo. You can look them up at drewsdefense.org, and I believe it's helpross.org, something like that. I'll find out. Save Ross. I'll find the website for Ross Ulbricht soon. But these guys, they don't get a lot of media attention. I mean, no one's saying, well, there are very few people saying what they're doing is good, they are not criminals, they should be released from jail immediately, and all their charges should be dropped. I mean, USA Today is pretty much rewriting what the government's reports are from the Justice Department. Oh, Shrem was trading Bitcoin on the black market Silk Road site and helping money launderers violate the Bank Secrecy Act, blah, blah, blah. You know, they make all these laws to incriminate peaceful people like Shrem, who are innovators, bringing the world a new technology. It's going to change the way people do business across long distances, and then they have to crush it. It can't last. It's just sad that we have to live in a world where that's what's happening in the U.S. right now. It's not going to be forever. Like I said, Silk Road websites continue to exist, and more are being created every day. Bitcoin certainly hasn't gone anywhere. There are more altcoins than ever before. The trend continues toward freedom.